fantastic.
And now, VWBT is proud to present the show that squashes reality like a bug. That's right, you better be ready to mega race. And here's your mega host, Lance Boyle.
Hey, welcome to Mega Race, the action show where violence only happens once every few seconds. Hi, I'm Lance Boyle, and people often wonder if I'm real. Do you ever wonder what it's like to race a real high-performance sports car? You know, like the ones those punk speed gangs drive on the freeways? Those guys really think they rule the road, right? I mean, where do they get off intimidating law-abiding citizens and taxpayers? You know what I mean? And you know something else? You are absolutely right. So you say somebody ought to do something about them criminal highway gangs. And VWBT says, oh yeah? Well, why don't you do something, Mr. Big Mouth? You don't have the car? We'll give you the car. You don't want to get arrested for taking the law into your own hands. Not a problem. You know why? Because it ain't real. It's a whole lot better than real, baby. It's virtual television, reality's worst nightmare. Here's the deal. Our chosen candidate and everybody with a death wish is free to apply, including men and women of either sex. Our candidate, who we call the Enforcer, gets a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to terminate a whole lot of slime balls, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. You see what I mean? Because it's all happening right here on VWBT, where the cops move over and the Enforcer takes over. We have 14 amazing racetracks in 5 totally different environments. We have cars you'd sell every drop of blood in your body to own. We have exclusive contracts with 5, yes, I said 5, vicious speed gangs, each with a pack leader you don't ever want to meet, believe me. I did, and I still feel sick. In each mega race, the Enforcer tries to get past the pack leader's sidekicks, then catch up with their boss and eliminate him. The sidekicks try to stop that from happening. It's the kind of scum they are. And that's not all our hero has to contend with, I am happy to say. The track features a terrifying selection of symbols which signify things like speeding up and slowing up and maybe even blowing up. Who knows? Who cares? You want to know what happens if at the end of the race the Enforcer didn't quite overtake as many of these speed punks as he was supposed to? Well, we just stamp chicken on his face and send him home to mommy. Yeah, baby, these streets are mean. Okay, let's just see if our Enforcer is ready to rumble a few bad guys. Hi there, Tiger. All psyched up? Yeah, keep that adrenaline pumping. Ooh, you're really scaring me. Okay, tough guy, now listen up. What you gotta do is score a whole lot of points. And the way you do that is, you slam those punks into the sidewall every chance you get. High-speed explosions equals big points. Yes, sir, that's the magic of television. Wait till you hear this. Every time you kill a pack leader, and when I say kill, I'm talking virtuality, not reality, okay? In Mega Race, nobody actually dies. It just looks and feels like it, and that makes you feel a whole lot better about yourself, now doesn't it? Every time you kill a leader, you not only score big time, you also win some major bonus prizes. His personal music CD and his customized car are both yours. Take a look at this. You know what that is? Sure you do. It's the thrillometer. Anytime the excitement level drops into the gray zone, it means the audience is not getting enough of those beautiful white-knuckle thrills. And we don't want that now, do we? What happens when you finally blown away the last pack leader on the toughest track in them all? Well, that's when we take a look at your score and see where your name goes in the Mega Race Hall of Everlasting Fame. And also which of our fabulous prizes you are going to enjoy. Welcome to New Sand, possibly the world's most sophisticated city, where only the loveliest people spend money in a fully sealed environment protected from outside reality. I think you'll enjoy VWBT's incredibly expensive Uptown Speedway. Sit back and dream about the delights of an elegant nightlife while the Enforcer does high-speed battle with the very brutal gang they have down here. They call themselves the Vultures, and they're brought to you by VWBT in association with Body Wipe, skincare for your automobile, because cars are people too. How true that is.
How true that is.
Here in New Sand, you'll get to know the Vultures. They're a speed gang with a lot of rage, and they like to liberate those strong feelings by smearing people across the highway. Their pack leader calls himself Jailbait. He's seen your picture, Enforcer, and he's got some interesting plans for your face. It's time to select your Mega Race machine, Enforcer. Look at those beauties. Go ahead, help yourself.
Alright, so I only have, let's see.
From now on, you are on your own, Enforcer. And as I always say at this point in the show, have a nice death, baby. Enforcer, that slime ball is toasted pulp as we speak. Of course he only got splattered virtually. But even so, how many times can anybody's neurons take that kind of partying? I got the statistics right here, only I'm not allowed to tell.
This was such a cinematic game. I fucking loved it. Every second.
This is Mega Race. They couldn't find the legend, so they built it. Right here in the wonderful water world of Mava. And they called their legend Atlantis, the city neath the waves. And it was good. And kind of wet. You won't be getting wet, Enforcer. Our fully transparent race tube will protect you from all the denizens of the deep, except that is from the vicious speed gang specially imported at great expense by AquaTube, the fully transparent underwater race tube people. You may have noticed the almost vertical turns in the speedway. Yes, you'll be defying death and gravity at the same time. You ought to stop and think about that. Magical Mava didn't have any vicious speed gangs, so we spent quite a lot of money and got one. The place sure hasn't been the same since these boys cruised in. We call them the Sharks, and I think you'll find them pretty snappy, if you'll pardon a quite amusing joke. Our ideas people came up with the name Hammerhead for the pack leader. He still hasn't decided if he's gonna nail you to the sidewall or bite your legs off. It's time to select your Mega Race machine, Enforcer. Look at those beauties. Go ahead, help yourself.
Alright, what's the new one? Yeah, down there. Silver one. I love the music in this game. Oh, I hit that.
Keep up this level of intensity, tough guy? Or have you given your all in one spectacular race?
Spectacular
Viewers,
race.
if you're watching the repeat, please don't phone in to tell me the answer. I hate it when they ruin the suspense. You just won yourself a prize, Enforcer. Come and take a look. Say, I'd go for one of these myself if I didn't already have a box full.
What'd I win?
An invitation to spend an evening out with yourself, including restaurant and a romantic movie. All expenses paid by YOU. Do I hear wedding bells? This is Megarace.
This is Megarace.
If you have a hard hat at home, you may want to put it on now as Megarace visits Factoryland. This speedway we call Industrial Park. It's a name rich with the atmosphere of burning truck tires. All around us are armies of robots making armies of robots making armies. Hey, there's one over there. Hey, you! Get back to work or I'll take out my can opener! Yeah, those guys just love it when you laugh at them. Wow! Is that corkscrew for real, or is the pilot slumped lifeless over the controls? Well, if he ever wakes up, remind me to fire him. But seriously though, folks, it's thanks to robots that people like you can spend all day watching VWBT. Just don't give them the right to form labor unions. That's all I'm saying. Who's gonna make you sorry you ever heard of Factoryland? Big Bob and the Power Tools, that's who, baby. These are red-blooded men with beer guts and sweaty heads. They don't like robots and they don't like robot lovers like you. Uh-oh, Big Bob's eyes are getting very close together. That's bad news for you, Enforcer. It's time to select your Megarace machine, Enforcer.
Look at those beauties.
Go ahead, help
yourself. You can tell I've seen that way too many times. Let's try this one. Oh, I see. Damn it. Whoa. Oh, you're way up there. Am I already on the pack leader? No, I am. Oh, shit. Am I just gonna outrun him? There we go.
Hey, way to go, Enforcer. Enforcer, that slime ball is toasted pulp as we speak. Of course he only got splatted virtually. But even so, how many times can anybody's neurons take that kind of partying? I got the statistics right here, only I'm not allowed to tell.
It's a very simple game.
You're watching VWBT, a wholly unreal universe.
It's got a lot of character.
You're with Megarace, and I'm your host, Lance Boyle.
Well, Lance Boyle. Oh, God.
Are you ready for a marvel of virtual reality? Yes, my friends, we are messing with your minds. Gaze upon the mighty Sky Holder and gasp. You're on your own for this one, tough guy. 2 laps and the only thing you're hunting here is points. Lots and lots of score. So look out for special speedway surface markings. Viewers might like to know we've removed the brakes from the Enforcer's car. It's time.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. I'm gonna stick with that one. Oh, okay.
VWBT, a wholly unreal universe.
I totally forgot about this level. You're supposed to avoid those because they're driving in the opposite direction as you. I wonder if I get a chance to do that again.
You care to guess where you are at this moment, Enforcer? Or what would you say if I told you the ideas people here at VWBT came to me one day and said, Lance, what would you say if we told you we just paid good money for a used fractalian whale and we're going to build a racetrack where its vital organs used to be? Well now, Enforcer, my guess is you're starting to feel like you've been swallowed whole. Get your breath back, baby, because you're gonna need it. Few have escaped the belly of the beast. They come from the finest families. Rich kids with attitude. That's what the headlines say. But behind the millionaire suntanned, what really goes on in the minds of the master class? Fractalian Space's very own radical speed gang, yeah. Team leader, King Cool, is so, tired of the ugliness he sees around him. He just wants to, blow it all away. It's time.
Yeah. And sticking. Oh, there it is. No!
Can you keep up this level of intensity, tough guy? Or have you given your all in one spectacular race?
Spectacular race.
Viewers, if you're watching the repeat, please don't phone in to tell me the answer. You just won yourself a prize, Enforcer.
Another prize.
Come and take a look. Say, I'd go for one of these myself if I didn't already have a box full.
See what the prize is.
A book.
A book.
Don't worry, it's a fake. You were scared for a moment there, right? What a gag. Remember, you saw it first on VWBT. The authorities have been threatening to change the whole atmosphere of Terminal City for years. But VWBT's got its gloves on, and we're punching as low as we can go. Our viewers want to experience pity for the poverty-stricken citizens of this area, and that makes me feel very humble. To think the good people of Terminal City are the constant victims of cynical self-seekers, that makes me mad as hell. And that's why we persuaded the city authorities to build this magnificent multi-billion-dollar racetrack for our exclusive use, right here in Wasteland. I just want to say that you've got a lot of responsibility riding on your shoulders, Enforcer. Strike a blow for freedom. You hear me?
Yeah.
Terminal City's most degenerate speed gang is called the Scabs. They're very unstable, I'm sorry to say. Between races, we do carefully subject them to permanent sensory deprivation, except for the smell of blood. But it does no good, Enforcer. They insist on eating your kidneys. I assured their drooling leader, Rabies, that you only want to put him out of his misery. But he just went on barking. Luckily for you, this is virtuality, where getting eaten doesn't hurt a bit.
Okay, I believe. Yeah, come on. There it is. Okay, those are bad. Already.
Keep up this level of intensity, tough guy? You just won yourself a prize, Enforcer.
Another prize.
Come and take a look.
Come and take a look.
Say, I'd go for one of these myself if I didn't already have a box full. Hey, fabulous trip to the Seychelles. Hey, aren't they supposed to be islands or something? Aloha, baby. Me, Lance.
Cool.
You're watching VWBT, a wholly unreal universe. You're with Megarace, and I'm your host, Lance Boyle. Will you take a look at that? VWBT did, and poured billions of dollars into building this superb Sunset Boulevard Speedway. Going down! Some of the local residents were a little concerned about having a racetrack right outside the windows. So we said, it's a virtual structure, right? You only think you're seeing it. Well, you're not gonna believe this, but a hardcore complainant continued causing trouble. Well, you'll be glad to know we finally put their minds at rest. For a very long time indeed. It's vulture time again, and their feathers are still kind of ruffled. Jailbait wants to see you cut up into bite-sized bleeding chunks. Only on a virtual level, of course. In reality, no one gets hurt here on Mega Race, the show that only looks like it hurts. It's time to select your Mega Race machine enforcer.
There it is. On.
Can you keep up this level of intensity, tough guy? Or have you given your all in one spectacular race? You just won yourself a prize, enforcer.
See what I win.
An invitation to spend an evening out with yourself. Are you ready for...
Okay, so let's get damn it.
Behold the enchanting wilderness of Equiland, nestling in the heart of magical Mava. Viewers at home will experience a world of undersea delights and thrills as the enforcer hunts down the deadly shark gang and cleans up the aqua tube for decent, law-abiding tube users everywhere. How you gonna handle these sharks, enforcer? They're sore at you, and Hammerhead wants you real bad. He says he wants to chew on your face. Maybe you should quit now. Sure, I'll despise you, but why should you care?
Yeah, it's for that one. There's so many negative things on the ground.
tough guy, you have won a prize, and believe me, you're going to love it, whether you like it or not. Let's see what we got here.
What are we in?
A second pair of arms. Now you can eat 2 hamburgers at the same time.
Yay! That's just creepy.
Throughout history, hundreds of deranged scientific minds have fallen asleep in the labs late at night to unleash upon an unsuspecting world vast armies of giant psycho-mutant aardvarks. Beagles, caterpillars, dolphins, enzymes, frogs, girl guides, houseplants, iguanas, jellyfish, koalas, lepidoptera, mushrooms, newts, orangutans, polyps, quarks, rodents, spiders, tuna fish, umbrella birds, vegetarians, wasps, xerophytes, yaks, and zygodactyls. VWBT bids you welcome to Fractalian Space, where rich people come to relax some more, and where we shall now unleash our very own psycho-mutant enforcer into the particle accelerator. Step on it, baby, before it steps on you. Now, King Cool claims you took advantage of him while he was admiring his lazy grin in the mirror, and he can't let that go unpunished, huh? The master class aims to cut you down to size, Enforcer, to teach a lesson to your kind. You have been aiming pretty high. Maybe you ought to settle for second best. After all, if there's no losers, nobody gets to be a winner, right? It's time to select you.
Holy shit, they're fast. Nope,
You're
fuck.
watching BWBT, a wholly unreal universe. Fact is, you're starting to smell like a loser, baby. Say goodbye to your friends. Now, it seems you did just about enough to win yourself a ride on our last chance speedway. So as welcome to the can. Got your water wings ready, Enforcer? This could be where you get flushed away. It's time to select you.
Out of the way instantly. Oh, okay, so I'm not moving very fast.
keep up this level of intensity, tough guy? You just won yourself.
What a prize. I don't care.
Here at VWBT, we love to be disgusting, so get your sick bags ready, and once again we'll visit the real world. Yuck! The official name for this part of Factoryland is Extraction Facility 17, but once you've checked out the unbelievable racetrack we put together down here, you'll know why we call it the Snake. If you can't figure it out, don't worry. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Just lie back and think how happy you are. And I don't care what any uppity robot says. Progress is soft and chocolate-shaped. You cannot argue with scientific fact. Uh-oh, Big Bub's eyes are getting all beady and bloodshot. You see, Enforcer, you did more than take his life. You injured his pride, and that's not something a man who eats that much steak can live with. Maybe you should let him slap you around some, you know what I mean?
Holy shit. Yeah, I instantly already fail. Nope, yep.
And so the struggle for law and order on our freeways claims another victim. Now you saw it live right here on Mega Race, where death is a short horizontal line on the monitor screen of life.
Hey, second place. So, get to there you go.
Look at that loser crawl away to die. I'm sorry, people, but that's the end of our show. Be sure to tune in next time, when maybe we'll have a winner to worship on VWBT's Mega Race. I'm Lance Boyle, and that's who you'd be if you weren't somebody else.
So that's Mega Race. I used to play this game all the time when I was a kid. Loved it. It was never that good, actually. I used to be terrible at this game. The 3DO program, CD32. Yeah, this was ported to so many different platforms. Obviously, this is the MS-DOS version, but yeah, it's been Amiga, like I said, 3DO, I think PlayStation, Amiga CD32, Sega CD actually also, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's just a charming game. It's not that hard. I mean, the controls are literally, you move the mouse, you kind of like drive the car, and it's left click to fire.